This hydro dipping question comes from one of our YouTube viewers, and he was commenting on a video that we recently did about Cerakote versus hydro dip. Joshua asked about dipping to Cerakote and also about the prep process for hydro dip. Y'all got questions? I got answers. Let's do it. So the video Joshua is asking this question on is a video that we recently did about Cerakote versus hydro dip. We took two Glock you-know-whats, we hydro dipped one, Cerakoted the other, and we put it through a plethora of torture tests to see which one is best for everyday carry. If y'all want to check out that video, I got a link to it right up here. So in the comment section, Joshua asked, was the red on the dip gun a Cerakote base or was that from the film? He also asked, how was the dipped one prepared before the dip? So to answer the first question, no, I did not dip over Cerakote. And for anybody that is thinking about it or wanting to dip to Cerakote, you're out of your mind. It does not work. I know tons of people have tried it. I have tried it. It does not work. There's a lot of myths out there that you can like put the Cerakote in the oven for just a couple of minutes and still get it kind of sticky and then dip to that, but it just never has any consistency and it never turns out right. But the big thing here is, why would you want to dip to Cerakote in the first place? We did this video specifically for this reason, to show you that hydro dipping is just as tough, if not tougher in some cases, than Cerakote. And it held up just as good as Cerakote, in my opinion, just maybe a slight bit better because of the film thickness. With Cerakote, you have a very thin film of Cerakote over your part, and with hydro dipping, you've got primer, paint, dip, and clear coat over the top of it. It takes a lot longer to wear through all of those layers to get down to bare metal before you ever have to start worrying about rusting problems than when you do with Cerakote. Now, I'm not saying that Cerakote is better than hydro dip, and I'm not saying that hydro dip is better than Cerakote. They each have their place and they each have an intended purpose. If you want something that can cover the inside and outside of your pew-pews, be really, really thin and very good abrasion resistance and chemical resistance, then I recommend you go with Cerakote. But you're going to be limited on what all you can do with it. There's not as many highly detailed graphics with Cerakote work as there is with hydrographics. On the hydro dipping side, you got to remember that you can't do the interior portions of your pew-pews. So for restoration type stuff, or ones that have a lot of rust on the inside of them, hydrographics may not be the best option. You may be better off going with Cerakote. Hydro dipping is more of just a surface appeal thing. You want to change the exterior surface and get some really detailed graphics, then hydro dipping is the way to go. But dipping to Cerakote, don't even waste your time. There are tons of people that have tried it. You can go look on the internet if you want to. If you don't believe me, it just doesn't work very well. And nobody's been able to perfect it, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure it out because it's not worth it. To answer his other question, how was the dipped one prepared before the dip? I have a very lengthy video explaining all of my prep process. I'll leave a link to it right up here, but it was pretty simple. All of the parts were removed from the frame and the slide. Everything was soaked in acetone to degrease it. All of the interior portions were taped off so that they wouldn't get blasted or painted, and then all of the parts went into the sandblaster. I used 100 grit red garnet blast media, blasted the entire thing down to bare metal, and the frame was that just polymer, so it's basically just scuffing it, and then I proceeded on with painting and dipping as normal. Very similar process to how you would prep something for Cerakote. The only difference is for hydro dip parts, you don't want to get anything on the inside of it, and you don't want to blast off the original finish on the inside of your part. So tape all that stuff off and you don't have to worry about it. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's roll the bloopers. All right, so the video that I just threw up like 9 words all at the same time. I don't know what in the world was going on. So the video that Josh is asking, so the video Josh was asking about in this particular, why can't I get this started? Like, how hard is it just to say, boo? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So in Josh's question, he says, Joshua, you don't mind if I call you Josh, do you? Because I totally just did. So back to the second part of Josh's question. I did it again. His name is not Josh, it's Joshua. Joshua, I am so sorry if you don't go by Josh. I formally apologize for not being able to use your name right. But if you do go by Josh, great. I look like a freaking winner then.